Right then, so back on the bus then, or camper van, so we've got to take this engine back out. So it involves disconnecting like the fuel pipes and the wiring loom. I think that's about it. Obviously the throttle cable wouldn't fit. And then underneath we got to remove the mustache bar. And obviously the 4 bolts going through, so we've got to swap the bell housings from the old gearbox onto the new gearbox. I'm hoping I can do that in situ, but obviously the engine's got to come out first. And obviously there's the 4 bolts on the back. Right, so underneath then, I've disconnected both sides of the mustache bar, and I've got out the 2 bolts that hold the gearbox to the engine. So I think that's about all I can do underneath, and then I'm going to drop it down now and make a start on the engine bay. Also I need to drain the gearbox oil as well, but it's raining here at the moment and I haven't got a tub for it, so we'll find one in a bit. Right, so to remove the 5 fixings, the rear tin. Obviously we've got the engine seal here, but this should just lift out now, or is it going to drop out? It just drops out just like that, look. Need to put this somewhere safe because it's very expensive. Right, so I'm just going to crack on disconnecting the wires now on the brake servo, so it's just going to the alternator and the carburetor. And also we've got the oil pressure switch as well, so I think I labelled everything before, so it shouldn't be too bad. Right, so everything's disconnected then, so I just tuck the wires to the side there. Also that pipe there. The fuel line, it doesn't look like I reconnected the fuel line before, so it saved some time. You can see the hole there where the fuel line comes through. Also the throttle cable wasn't connected, so yeah. Drop it down a bit now, get out the top back bolt, and then I can get it on the jack, and the engine will be out. And just like that, the engine's out. So get the ramps back up now, so I can pull the engine out and make a start on the gearbox. Right, it's just letting that one drain away. I'm wondering if I should try and tilt the back of the camper van up a bit for when I do get the bell housing off. So also it needs to put RCV around it. So I just need to drain the oil out of the old gearbox now, so I can get that bell housing off. Right, I think I'm going to do this without draining the oil out of the old box, because I'm not chucking this box away. I think it's only the synchros have gone on 4th gear on it, so they're quite expensive. But yeah, it'd be better to store it with oil in. So we'll whip this off a minute. Right, so I've got the bell housing off that one over there. I've undone all the nuts of this bell housing, so it's a bit tight in here. I just need to undo the clutch cable and these 2 top mount bolts. You see I've got the jack underneath there supporting it. And I've got the bucket there to catch whatever comes out in the bottom of the gearbox. Well, there's that bell housing off. Also try and reuse the gasket off the old one, but we have got some RCV to put on as well, so it should all be good. Fortunately this gearbox doesn't look as clean inside as the other one did, but hopefully it's alright. I do have a new seal to go in there, but unfortunately I haven't got it with me, so hopefully the old seal off the other gearbox will be alright as we put that back on. But yeah, no, all looks good. There's no real see there, it pretty much moves straight away. So hopefully it'll be a good gearbox. Teeth don't look too bad on it and that. So yeah, I'm just going to go and have a cup of tea now while it drains. Right, just back from a cup of tea. So also I'm going to jack the gearbox up now, so any remaining oil will go back, and then I need to give the good face a clean up then. Also clean off the RTV off of that one, and we'll get another bead of RTV on it, and we should be good to go then. So we're halfway through it now. So there's the bell housing that's going on. Ideally I should have had a new gasket, but I'm just going to clean off this RCV and put some of the new stuff that I've got on. I'm sure that will seal lovely. Or it says I could just take the gasket off and run it RCV on its own, but as it's in good condition we'll reuse this gasket. Right, so just clearing off the gasket material now with a screwdriver. It seems nice and easy to do, and then we can get the RCV out. Put a nice bead around that. Let it set for a bit, and then we can refit the bell housing then. So over halfway through now. Right, so that's cleaned up as much as I can be bothered to do, and we'll put a bead of RCV around there. So it's very fancy stuff. Normally I go for the cheaper RCV, but we'll see what it's like anyway. Just letting it tack up for 10 minutes now. Right, so that's the bell housing all back together. I've just got to connect up the clutch cable now. I've also got the starter motor to go on. Now I can start looking at popping the engine back in. Right, putting the engine back in now. Hopefully the next clip you'll see will be the engine in there, bolted up. Right, engine's in. Nice and easy with 2 people. So obviously one on the jack, one supporting the engine. And we got it started, then I just sat on the floor with feet each side of the exhaust and just wiggled it all the way on there. And just got the starter motor bolts put on now. Then that's bolted in. Obviously the rear moustache bar needs bolting up. Right, before I get too carried away, I want to make sure the starter motor is engaging. So I've just connected up the battery, and I'm just going to turn it over a minute. Make sure the starter motor is engaging. That sounds promising to me. At least we know that was the right thing to do. So I can carry on now and get the rest of the engine buttoned up now. So obviously just connecting up all the wire in. I've got the rear tin to go on. Obviously the fuel hose to go on, silver pipe to go on. That should be about it then. Right, so I'm just replacing the HT leads at the moment because the yellow ones, the plastic's gone very brittle and it broke. And they've gone quite hard as well. Not very pliable when you squeeze them in that. So yeah, got a new set I'll chuck on there quickly. I just want to show the HT leads. I've accidentally ordered type I don't like, so they're a pain to get to seal. But so this is the type I like to buy, where it's just a flat push to seal it in. With this one, you're supposed to line it all up properly and get it in the groove around the tin, but it's just more faff to me. Just pumping the gearbox oil in, and then we can try and get it started. Right, so I've just put the tailpipe on. I thought I'd do that once it's up in the air. That's gone on nicely. So I did spill a bit of petrol connecting the fuel line back up. So I thought I'd do that to let it dry. So I'm going to pop the car down now and we're going to try and start it. Right, just connected up the battery. Going to try and start it now. So it probably will take a bit of turning over because obviously it's got to pump the fuel up into the carburetor. But fingers crossed it's going to start and run. Well, that's it for now then. So I just got to refit the engine seal and just need to adjust the clutch a bit more because it's just a bit grindy going into reverse and that. But yeah, that should be the camper back on the road now.